Hi there, and welcome to this Pick a Card Tarot reading. Today we're going to look into what 2024 has in store for you. This is going to be an energetic reading, and there will be energetic predictions. And because energy is timeless, you can honestly watch this whenever you come across it. So if it's not 2024 when you're watching this, that's totally fine. Just the fact that you're connecting with me right now tells me that you've connected with the energies here. So the readings might be relevant to your situation. We're going to get into a quick meditation first before we choose your reading today. I'm going to ring my singing bowl 3 times. With each ring, take a deep breath in through the nose and sigh out of the mouth. Sink into your body and relax into this moment. Soften your gaze. Create space between your eyebrows. Relax your jaw. Relax your shoulders. Allow your awareness to drop from your headspace into the rest of your body. Drop down, down, down into your heart space. Connect with your intuition here. Connect with felt sense. As you listen to today's readings, be sure to listen with your heart space and listen for emotional resonance. Take only the messages that restore a feeling of lightness, calm, and peace. Now, if you're ready, you can open your eyes to look at the 3 groups before you. For group 1, we have labradorite, and the oracle card, self-inquiry. reflection, purpose, individuation. For group 2, we have amethyst and the earth element, body, belongings, midheaven. For group 3, we have pineapple calcite and completion, looking forward, dissolution, innovation. Now, with your gaze softened, notice which group stands out to you. Where do you feel drawn? Where do you feel called? Where do you feel a pull? Is it group 1, 2, or 3? You don't have to think too hard. These are general readings, so sometimes more than one reading can resonate with us. So you're welcome to choose one reading to get started with and continue with another after. It can be a great way to exercise your intuition if you like. And once you've chosen your reading, you can go down to the timestamps below and click on your reading. It'll see you over there. If you chose group 1, labradorite, or the card self-inquiry, then this is your reading. Hi group 1, welcome to your reading. So I'm going to start with Marcel's Oracle and pull a couple of keywords for your current energy, what you're coming into the new year with. So what do we need to know about your current energy, what you're bringing into 2024? Okay, let's get some tarot cards on this as well. I'm using the Golden Universal Tarot deck. So, what is Group 1's current energy? Okay, so you have hoarding, dissection, and a reverse Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups explains hoarding. It seems like energy is stuck in your situation. There's not a lot of flow. The universe is trying to hand you opportunities, but you're not receiving them. You're not seeing them. You're not saying yes to them. And so it's almost as if you've been promoting this stuckness and there's been a buildup of energy, and that's got to give soon. Like you gotta have like a breakdown, breakthrough moment soon, because there's just a lot that's being pent up, that's building up. This can be emotions that you're not addressing. You're not looking at them as they arise, so they're just you know, accumulating in your system. This can also just be maybe what you need to experience. Like a part of you recognizes that you need to have a big breakthrough moment in order for you to learn a really important lesson. And so this part of you is almost choosing to turn a blind eye to the universe's offerings in order for you to really, sink into the stuckness until something breaks, until that impact is strong enough to change your mind on something, to rewire some sort of belief, conditioning. Does that make sense? It's like you need intensity in order to learn. And so it could be that a part of you is deliberately holding back and choosing stuckness in order to build up energy for that intensity, for like a breaking point. There's a lot of reflection in your situation as well. Seems like you've been doing a lot of self-inquiry. So you're diving deep and trying to understand your patterns and where things are coming from. And so maybe there's a part of you that believes you have to be stuck in order to contemplate and be inwards. And if you're constantly saying yes to life externally, you're going to miss out on opportunities to turn within. You're going to get too distracted by the external world. So that could be why you're saying no, or you're rejecting offers from the universe. That could be like friends who just want to hang out, or really interesting job offers or experiences that you can have. So maybe there's a part of you that believes you have to say no to the external world in order to say yes to the internal world. It seems like you're working through some difficult emotions around communication. The Queen of Swords, when it's upright, is about communicating with total radical honesty, sometimes being really blunt and cutthroat. And for her to be in reverse, maybe you've been struggling with some people-pleasing tendencies, or just getting your point across, being clear, and communicating boundaries maybe. And so there's some pain around patterns such as this in terms of communication, and you're processing a lot of this pain currently. Okay, now let's get some messages from the Work Your Light deck. So, what do you need to know about your situation and what's incoming in 2024? What is 2024 bringing in for you? What do you need to know to be prepared for this year? You have awakening, energetic upgrades, a new way of being, integration. So there's a lot that's happening in the background. And even though there's not a lot of exciting stuff happening around you, energetically there's a lot that's being processed and integrated. And I think you know this. I think this is why we have the dissection card and the self-inquiry card. There's a part of you that's really open to the energetic upgrades and the downloads and the behind the scenes processing that's happening. So this will continue to happen throughout 2024. And you also have Star Mother. How can you mother yourself? So when this card arises, it's a call to be softer with yourself, to take a more gentler approach. Maybe you've been too hard on yourself. Maybe you've been spiraling into self-judgment and self-shaming. If so, can you take a more compassionate and gentler and softer approach? Is that possible? You have yes, just say yes. So I think 2024 is going to bring in even more opportunities in your external world, and Spirit's urging you to actually say yes to these opportunities. So I think there is a need to reframe the belief that you can only be inwards if you reject the external. That belief needs to go. The universe is inviting you to say yes to life. The more you say yes to the opportunities around you, the more opportunities you have to actually dive deeper within and move energy. And so I think Spirit is inviting you to be more organic with life. No amount of forced self-inquiry can be as effective as when life just happens to you and happens for you. So in 2024, you're going to receive a lot more opportunities to just live your life. So that could be invitations to travel, invitations to go to parties and to hang out with friends, to go to weddings. Say yes to these invitations. Say yes to hang out with people. Allow people to be mirrors. Okay, let's get a Moonology card now. What else do we need to know about 2024? 2024. The end of a tough cycle approaches, full moon in Capricorn. I love to see that. So I know things have been slow and stuck in your situation. You've been feeling dissatisfaction, and you've been doing a lot of difficult self-inquiry as well. And the end of the cycle approaches. 2024 is bringing in a different sort of energy, more flow, more newness, more movement, more fun. So look forward to that. Let's get another one. A fiery climax approaches, full moon in Aries. So both of these have been full moons, and it's the sense that all this pent-up, built-up energy is accumulating to a breaking point. And I think in your situation, this breaking point is really necessary to get things flowing again. Like, you need that intensity, that build-up, for you to really look at your situation honestly. So this climax that's approaching, the end of the cycle, could potentially be like a tower moment where something breaks, something deconstructs, and you're able to see the truth of your situation and get a move on and restore, forward progress and flow. So I think that's what's incoming, potentially a tower moment, which I think you will welcome. Like, the process of getting there is never easy, but once it happens, once the tower actually breaks, it's like a relief. It's like, oh, this is what I've been missing out on. This is how life should be. So I would say look forward to this breaking point. Now let's get some tarot cards for future energies. What can we expect in 2024? And if there's additional advice, please keep them coming. Yeah. We have judgment. Oh, not judgment, justice. We have strength. And we have the Queen of Wands. So I wanted to say earlier with self-inquiry and hoarding and saying no to offerings and opportunities is it seems like perhaps what's gone the best of you is shame. When shame takes over, we can get into our heads about facing other people, and just we can like overly isolate to the point where we're avoiding people because we don't want people to mirror back to us what's alive within. Because shame is such a difficult feeling, we don't want people to trigger that feeling within us. And so we get into this headspace where we're just saying no to life and not wanting to experience what's beyond ourselves. So this could apply to some of you. And I think that's why we have the Queen of Wands here, which is unapologetic authenticity. She's someone who's, she really doesn't care. She's like, take it or leave it. This is who I am. And you can't change my mind about it. She's unapologetically authentic. And it takes a lot of shadow work to get to this point. It takes facing the parts of you that make you really uncomfortable, that make you feel a lot of shame and self-judgment. You need to go through this sort of shadow work in order to allow authenticity to come through. There's just no other way around it. And so it seems like 2024 is going to unfold in a really karmic way. When I say karmic, I don't mean like bad karma. I just mean life's going to give you what you need to experience in order to become who you really are, in order to restore karmic justice and bring back a sense of harmony and balance in the way you relate to the world around you. So 2024 is going to be a really karmic year for you that will show you everything you need to face in order to be who you really are. You're going to learn a lot of lessons, and I don't want you to be scared of this. It's good. Because it means things are flowing and it means you're surrendered. We have to surrender in order for existence, life, the universe to work for us in this karmic way. So this actually tells me that you're very surrendered and you're open to life showing you the way. You're open to aligning to the path that is meant for you. So I'm really proud of you. It shows a lot of self-awareness, a lot of courage on your part. And yeah, I think 2024 is going to be a really meaningful year for you because you're going to do the necessary work to show up authentically in this life. And there's nothing more rewarding than being able to do that. And again, not to mention, there are going to be a lot of opportunities, a lot of invitations that you'll be able to say yes to, just have a lot of fun with in this year. So look forward to that. Look forward to people mirroring to you parts of you that you're ready to face now and integrate and fall back in love with again. leave you with one last message from the Work Your Light deck. You have play, have fun, celebrate, don't be so serious. Yeah, I think you've been really stoic lately, and all this inner work doesn't have to feel like work. It can just be the process of unfolding with life, and that can be fun. You can play with life as you learn from life. It doesn't have to be one or the other. So have fun, celebrate, say yes to enjoyment, say yes to life, and don't be so serious. Play. Thank you so much, Group 1. This was such a lovely reading. I'm really excited for you. I kind of feel like this group was for me as well. It's a part that it really resonates with. So I'm, wishing you the best year ever so far. And I can't wait to see how it all unfolds for you. Let me know how it resonated in the comments below. I love to hear from you. And I'm sending you so much love, light, and healing. And I'll talk to you very soon. See you in another reading or another video. Bye. If you chose Group 2, Amethyst, or the card Earth Element, then this is your reading. Hi Group 2, welcome to your reading. So I'm going to begin with Marcel's Oracle deck. Let's get a couple of cards to describe your current energy. What are you bringing into 2024? What are you coming into the year with? One more, please. Okay. Now, let's get some tarot cards. I'm using the Work Your Light tarot deck. Okay, what else? One more card, please. One more card. Group 2. Group 2. So you have Tangled, Goodbye, and Collection. You also have 7 of Cups and a reverse 2 of Pentacles. So it looks like you're leaving behind a cluster of energy. It's what it feels like. It's like you're saying no, you're saying goodbye, you're putting up boundaries against something that has previously taken up a lot of your time. This could be like workplace drama or an abusive relationship, abusive friendship, something that you used to have loose boundaries around that took up a lot of your energy, a lot of your time in 2023, and now you're finally saying no to it. You're walking away, saying goodbye, putting up boundaries where there used to be none. You're taking back your power, taking back your energy, and placing your awareness elsewhere. And I think in doing so, you are becoming aware of the ways in which you have been conforming to the collective, or you've been giving your power away to the collective. You're coming to better understand your conditioning or patterns or addictive behaviors and the ways in which you lose yourself and you give your power away to other people. And so I feel like there's a desire in you to remove yourself from toxic situations, to no longer entertain that in your life. And this attitude is really strong as you move into 2024. You're really wanting to take control of your actions and behaviors and no longer be ruled by old conditioning and addictive patterns that has really taken up a lot of the previous years. I think for a lot of you, this is about work. You could have faced a lot of drama in your workplace and now you're just over it. You're done with your boss or something like that. And you're considering moving jobs or redirecting your career in some ways. And there are a lot of options available to you and you haven't made the final decision yet. So you're in the Seven of Cups energy where all of these options look pretty good. You don't know which one is actually going to bring you the greatest fulfillment. That's unclear at the moment. And so you're kind of in a liminal phase. You're transitioning from an old life to a new one. You are walking away from old patterns and you're trying really hard to say yes to the version of you that you want to become. This can also be saying no to family. When I see the collection card, I think of family. So saying no to toxic family dynamics and ways in which your family sucks the energy out of you and makes you feel like you have to conform to their ideals. So for some of you, this can be taking a step away from family, maybe choosing to move out, create some sort of distance so you can figure yourself out and not be so tangled in the drama. Okay, now I'm going to go into the Work Your Light deck and get some messages for you. So, Spirit, what does Group 2 need to know moving into 2024? What does Group 2 need to know about 2024? We have Mirror. Who or what is triggering you? So this is something that you might want to journal on. Who or what is triggering you? And what are they triggering in you? And that's just to help you understand your conditioning better and more effectively rewrite your story, decondition your mind. The crumbling. What are you clinging on to? Part of what's making it hard for you to let go of your old life is there is something that you've put a lot of your time and energy into that you've become attached to, for the simple reason that you've nurtured it with a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, and to let go of that is almost like letting go of a part of your identity. And so there's this belief that, well, there has to be a reward near the end. Like you have to get to the end because you've already given it so much of your time and energy. If that resonates with you, consider that maybe this was never aligned to begin with, so there is no reward waiting at the end. And the longer you stay in this hard work mentality, the more you sacrifice, the more you give your time and energy to this, you're just abandoning yourself. So that's, take that if it resonates. I know it's like a pretty strong statement to make, so it might not resonate with everybody. But there is something that you're clinging on to, that you've given a lot of your time and energy to, and It's time to release it, to make space for your new life. So 2024 is going to encourage this out of you more and more. Warrior woman, have you answered your deepest calling? So whatever you're clinging on to could be taking the space of your deepest calling. It's like your deepest calling can't come in until you release what you've been clinging on to. Can you answer your deepest calling and align with this and let go of this old thing that you've given so much of your energy to? Can you answer your deepest calling and allow this to take its place? Now let's get some Moonology cards. You have hold your vision, fixed moon. So maintain your boundaries. Do not let people influence your decision making. Hold true to your vision. Believe in your vision. Do not let other people change your mind. Maintain strong, energetic, mental boundaries. Group 1 also got this. The end of a tough cycle approaches. Full moon in Capricorn. I feel called to read to you what this card is about. I'm just going to go into the guidebook. How hard are you willing to work for what you want? This card is reminding you that effort is required. Work issues may be about to come to a head when this card comes up. If you are wondering if you should stay in your job or leave, this card can be a strong sign to make an exit. The end of a rough time is forecast. This card also asks you to consider how ambitious you are and whether you're prepared to pull out all the stops to make your professional dreams come true without being ruthless. With a love question, this card can be a call to face reality. Whatever situation you're asking about, making a plan will help. If your personal life is troubled, prioritize it more. To attune to this moon, release control and trust the universe. Additional meanings for this card: a professional project may be ending now. Admit if you've been overly hard-headed or hard-nosed. Find a balance between your personal and private lives. It's time to stop fearing the worst. So I think for a lot of you this is about work, and you might have been thinking about leaving your job, in which case a lot of signs point to making that exit. And leaving this tough cycle behind, all of this drama and cluster of nervous, difficult energy. And it also asks you to really believe in your deepest calling and be ambitious in following your professional dreams. Be ambitious in making this come true. So whatever is taking its place at the moment, let it go. Leave it behind. It's time to say goodbye. And be as ambitious as you can in 2024 to follow your deepest calling, whatever that is. It's time to work for what you want, but work for what you really want, not what society has convinced you that you want. I think in the past, you've really given in to collective ideals and conforming to these ideals and really convincing yourself that it's what you wanted. Now, you're in this transitional phase where if you want to become who you really are meant to become, who you want to become, part of that lies in following your own ideals, independent from the collective, and holding your vision and really sticking to it. Okay, now let's get some tarot cards for your future or future energies in 2024. What can we expect in 2024 for group 2? Okay. What else? Okay. So, Spirit's not shying away from talking about the negative. And that's okay. There's always something to learn from the negative. So we have the 6 of Cups along with the 9 of Wands and the 8 of Swords. So the 6 of Cups is this deep calling, this dream that you have held for a long time, which was present and alive in you when you were a child. This is a dream that you've had forever. This is the calling that you must follow now. And in the process of going after it, you will come face to face with difficult energies. With the 9 of Wands, this is the feeling of being burdened and almost reaching the point of giving up, feeling hopeless, but trying to hold on to faith to just make it through. I feel like in the pursuit of anything meaningful, we always get to this point. So recognize that this is a universal experience. This is inevitable. This is part of the journey. And we all get to experience this in the pursuit of what we truly desire, of what's meaningful for us. When you're in this energy, just gotta keep faith, keep holding on to faith. Just move one foot in front of the other and don't give up on answering this calling, because it's not failure until you give up, right? So just keep one foot in front of the other, keep steady. There's also the energy of the 8 of Swords. This is the feeling of giving into your limiting beliefs, believing that you're stuck and you don't have options. In this image, this lady is tied to a tree. She's tied very loosely. She could easily get out of that bind, and she could easily walk past these swords that she thinks is keeping her trapped. And so limiting beliefs are simply illusions. They are false, they're incorrect, and in reality, they cannot be found. So in your situation, I would really invite you to make time for inner work, for meditation, so you're not giving into your mind and believing limiting beliefs when they arise. There are opportunities, you just have to choose to see them. So you will come across this energy where you feel like, there's nowhere to go and you're stuck. And in those moments, remind yourself that you're not. You just got to do some inner work, step away from the mind, meditate a little bit in order to see the truth of your reality. And I think this is why temperance came up, because temperance is about taking a step back from the mind, not giving too much power to the mind, remaining detached and centered and balanced between polarities. So not falling into extremes that the mind often pulls us into, and just holding both extremes, recognizing that they're both allowed to be there and you don't have to act in accordance to them. So temperance is a really big energy for you in 2024. I would invite you to start meditating if it's not already a part of your practice. Learn to drop into the body and out of the mind. Learn to detach from the mind. Learn to connect with the somatic experience instead of being so absorbed in your thoughts. All that can help for you to learn the lesson of temperance completely. This is the only major arcana here, so this is your main spiritual lesson throughout 2024. I'd invite you to also Google this card to understand it a little bit more. We have the Four of Wands as well, which I love to see. So this means eventually in 2024, your actions will pay off. Your hard work in pursuing your dream will pay off. You're going to cultivate enough of this creative pursuit that there will be something to celebrate. So I always say it's like, celebrating education with a graduation, celebrating love with a wedding or an engagement party, celebrating security with a housewarming. You're going to get to this point where you can celebrate all that you've achieved in 2024. So look forward to this. Look forward to the stabilizing of this creative pursuit in your life. And this will eventually also take you to the Six of Wands, which is having recognition for your accomplishments, for your success. So look forward to that as well. That's coming. Okay. And I'm just going to leave you with one last message from the Work Your Light deck. Awakening, energetic upgrades, a new way of being, integration. Group 1 also got this card. So this seems to be a collective theme in 2024. You're awakening. There's a lot happening in the background. You are elevating energetically. You are receiving downloads, and you are inching towards a new way of being. Know that that's happening even when it's not visible or obvious to the eye. You are integrating a new way of being. You are becoming who you've always wanted to become. Thank you, Group 2. Thank you so much for being here. I'm really excited for you as you move into 2024 and follow your deepest calling. Let me know how this resonated. Let me know in the comments below. And I'm sending you so much love, light, and healing. to you very soon. See you in another reading or in another video. Bye. If you chose group 3, pineapple calcite, or the card completion, then this is your reading. Hi group 3, welcome. So we're going to begin with Marcel's Oracle. I'm going to get a couple of cards for your current energies, as in what are you coming into 2024 with? Group 3, what are you coming into 2024 with? Group 3. Okay, let's get some tarot cards now. I'm using the Golden Universal Tarot deck. So, what are you bringing into 2024? How are you beginning the year? Group 3. Interesting. So your spread is a little more abstract compared to the previous two groups, but we'll get this going somehow. We have decay, destruction, and angel. We also have a reverse devil and the Knight of Wands. So death energy is here. Like the death card, I expected the death card to come out, but it didn't. Instead, we have the devil. So things are coming to a close. Things are ending. You're wanting to dissolve certain energies alive in your situation. And so you're really open to death, to letting go of the past and creating space for something new. And this seems to be propelled by higher guidance. It seems like you're very connected spiritually at this time and you're listening to higher guidance. You might be connecting with Shiva as a deity, or Kali. You're seeing all of this as a spiritual experience, that you need to let things go, and letting go and release is really the most spiritual thing you can do in your current situation. This could be the release of emotions, release of relationships and attachments to people. It can also be the release of money, home, investments, that sort of thing. You have the Knight of Wands with a reverse devil, so I think this is the angel coming through. It's like you have all of this creative impulse to follow higher guidance with the Knight of Wands and to dispel illusions and whatever's misaligned in your reality currently. So you have a lot of spirit in you that's making you very proactive in your situation to let go of devil energy. And the devil is simply illusions, false, incorrect stories that we have about life, So I see a lot of creative inspiration and proactiveness on your part to want to dispel these illusions in your life and move forward with greater consciousness, to really take control of your life and see everything as a spiritual process as well. Okay, now let's go into the Work Your Light deck and get some messages. It just started raining outside. It's quite loud, but I hope you're able to hear me nonetheless, and that the rain can be a soothing backdrop. I'm not going to know until I edit the audio, so fingers crossed. You have the Great Gathering. It's all coming together. Intuitive Hits, Soul Tribe. Beautiful. I actually really want to read to you what this card is about. I love what's written in the guidebook for this card. I think it's just so beautiful. So let's go into that. You are being called to let your intuition move you physically. You are connected to a group of souls who are weaving a web around the planet. And as you travel and share your creations, something is re-threaded. This card is an acknowledgement that you are either being called to connect with others who are like you at a soul level, or that you already are. You're being called to gather groups of people, either by leading them or becoming part of a group that can support you and your soul's personal mission. You are part of a group of souls who agreed to be here at this time in history to heal yourself, your ancestral line, and the planet, to raise consciousness so that we can continue to call this magnificent place home for eras to come. One of many consciously choosing to devote your life to something greater than yourself. It's time to call in your tribe by sharing your soul's voice and letting yourself be seen. When you share what is real and true to you, and you share the medicine that you most need, those who are like you will gather around you. You are your tribe. They are just like you. And just as you are longing and searching for them, they are longing and searching for you too. You can activate the energy of this card by repeating this activation after me. I choose now to let myself be seen. I am ready to call in my soul tribe and create a web of light all over the planet. Beautiful. So, you've been receiving a lot of intuitive hits. That's why we got the Knight of Wands and why we got the Angel. This card is also an acknowledgement that 2024 is going to bring together your soul tribe. You're going to come across a lot of people that you connect with at a soul level, that you will share a collective purpose or mission with. And you'll most likely come across them through the sharing of your medicine. So some sort of creative work that you're going to be putting out that will allow you to be seen by others in a really authentic way. So part of 2024 is you choosing to be seen and following the intuitive hits to allow for that to happen in this external world. Let's some really powerful stuff. We also have birthing a new age, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. So I think you're going to begin to share your medicine with the world. This is medicine that an old version of you really needed at some point in your journey. So you might have already begun in the birthing of this creation, or you might later on. Maybe as you're listening to this, you don't even know what it's going to be yet. You might be surprised to receive this message. Somewhere in 2024, you're going to begin to share your medicine with the world. Let's get a couple more messages from the Work Your Light deck. What else do we need to know for 2024? What does Group 3 need to know for 2024? Trust the niggle. What is the niggling feeling trying to tell you? So you already are following your creative impulse. You're listening to your intuition. Spirit just wants to encourage you to continue to do this throughout 2024. Listen more intently to your gut instinct. Listen to the gentle nudges and whispers. Follow your intrinsic wisdom. And just take one. And you don't have to know where it's going to take you, where you're going to end up. Just follow it and allow the unfolding to happen naturally and organically. So this is almost confirmation that your current approach is really good. It's working. Okay, now let's get a Moonology card. A time to give rather than take, new moon in Virgo. So 2024 for you is going to be a time of giving. You've gathered enough wisdom. You are connected to the higher realms. You have restored a lot of consciousness to your being, and now it's time to give back. It's time to share your medicine, share what you've learned with the world, and connect with people at a soul level. So yeah, I think you really are going to be birthing new creations, and you might not know what that is just yet, but it's coming. Show the world the real you, full moon in Aquarius. And this is really going to challenge you to be brave enough to be seen. And that's really hard. It's hard to be authentic and not fear what the collective is going to say about that. It's hard to show the world the real you, but I think you've done enough work on yourself to have the courage to do this now. I think you know yourself well enough to not be impacted if the collective doesn't receive you accordingly. You're going to find the right environment where you will be received. I think your intuition will guide you there. So it's time to show the world the real you. You're ready for this. You will be led to an environment where you are needed. So this signifies travel. Some of you might be traveling, changing environments. Okay, now we're going to go back into tarot and ask about future energies. What can you expect energetically in 2024? What can you expect in 2024? Okay, tell us more. you be a little bit more specific, please? Spirit, tell us more. Okay. So we have the Death card followed by the Seven of Wands. We also have the World followed by the Fool. I love to see these two together. And we also have the Ace of Pentacles. So I guess I'll start with this. This means you're going to be birthing new creations. You're going to be welcoming a different kind of material reality that you have not yet experienced. This is new people, new places, new things, a new job, a new relationship. Things in your physical reality is going to be changing and evolving. For a lot of people, this is a new job. I think in your case, since we talked so much about birthing and new creation and sharing your medicine with the world, I think this is putting a part of you out there into the manifested material world and sharing yourself through creative means. And then you also have the World and the Fool. The World represents completion, the end of a big cycle, lessons learned and integrated, and feeling whole. The Fool is about a new beginning. It's about embarking on a new journey with a new outlook and a really positive orientation as well to what life has to bring, and being open to uncertainty and willing to take risks in order to experience more in life. So there is an ending and a looking forward to something new, to more enriching opportunities and experiences in the future. So we got this earlier, we got the completion card, so it kind of makes sense that we're ending with this. There's a complete ending to the way you used to be, and a lot of the patterns and karmic lessons that you've faced over and over again. Now, life is going to begin to look very different. You're embarking on a new journey with new challenges and risks. Life's going to look very different. Be open to that uncertainty and be open to spontaneity and just listening to your intuition and putting one foot in front of the other. Life is going to look very different for you in 2024 and onwards. We also have the Death card and the Seven of Wands. It makes sense that we're getting the Death card because I expected this at the beginning, since we got decay and destruction. So you're putting a complete end to an old way of being. That's represented by the Seven of Wands. This is the ego being defensive, being guarded and resistant, and putting a wall up in order to protect itself from external forces. And you're letting this go. You're letting go of a huge part of your egoic personality in order to welcome more authenticity in your self-expression. You're letting go of the need to have your guard up and to be defensive all the time. You're softening into authenticity. And so this way of operating through life, being ego-driven, is being released. It's dying. And in the space that that's going to create, you're going to allow yourself to emerge more authentically, more creatively. And that's really exciting. So that's in store for you in 2024. A lot of really intense and exciting spiritual evolution. Now I'm going to close off your reading with one more card. The ever unfolding rose, cracked open. It's happening for you, not to you. So enjoy the process and see where it takes you. And prepare to be surprised. Prepare to be overwhelmed by the grace of life. I think the reason why you got the Fool is because there's going to be a lot of grace in 2024. In this image, the Fool is about to walk off the edge of a cliff, and he has his little dog next to him, and the dog represents his spirit guides. So it's a sense that you can be a fool through life. You don't need to know the answers. You don't need to know where you're going. The more you allow yourself to be the fool and to welcome uncertainty, the more you're actually guided and protected by the higher realms. There's a lot of grace for those who are open to uncertainty. So embrace the journey of the Fool. Embrace embodying the Fool and welcoming uncertainty and not knowing. You don't have to have all the answers in order to move forward and in order to look forward. There's going to be a lot of grace for you in 2024. So just welcome the unraveling and unfolding of life. Your spirit guides are on your side. They're protecting you. They're looking out for you. And you are very much connected to the higher realms. Thank you so much, Group 3. I hope that you found your reading helpful. Let me know in the comments below if it resonated. I'm sending you so much love, light, and healing. I'll talk to you very soon. I'll see you in another reading or in another video. And now I'll leave you with a message from our favorite sponsor, Squarespace. Thank you so much to Squarespace for sponsoring today's video. If you don't already know, Squarespace is an all-in-one platform that helps you create stunning websites and a professional online presence. So whether you're a creator or a business owner, if you're just starting out or you've been in the business for a long time, Squarespace is what you're looking for. If you have a service-based business, here are some features that I think you'll really enjoy. Squarespace scheduling allows customers to view your real-time calendar and schedule their own appointments. You can send and manage invoices, offer packages, discounts, and subscriptions, and accept payments either before or after appointments. With Squarespace email campaigns, you can create stunning emails with powerful editing tools and customizable layouts that allows you to have consistent branding between your emails and your website. You can also grow your mailing list by allowing your customers to opt into your emails when they book an appointment. And with Squarespace membership sites, you can sell access to a variety of content, including online courses and classes, but also videos, paid newsletters, communities, and more. Check out squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, go to my link, squarespace.com/ediyasmr, to save 10% off of your first website or domain. Thanks so much, Squarespace, and thank you for watching. I'm sending you so much love, light, and healing. And I'll see you very soon.